0 to 100. Real quick. Whole squad on the real. 0 to 1.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on their Beltway rivals, the Washington Commanders. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys establishing themselves amongst the league's best. 7-1 here through the first 8 games. On the other side, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they are led out there by their
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
For a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 44.
And a run on the inside handoff. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Commanders first down.
To throw is Daniels. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
70. Cowboy 80.
Throwing now is Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
I'll look that up later. There he goes left side. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Travion Henderson, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Dances by him. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Roll!
At the 27-yard line.
Now Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Commanders first down.
Ready!
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Reno!
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 8.
Second and 8.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Hey!
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 35. Able to convert on third and 14. A terrific play call.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Now it's second and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open man is Jalen Naylor. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a third and 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a third and 3 here. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
For Baltimore.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
At the 24-yard line.
Here's Daniels. That's laid out deep for Rice. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Henderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for Baltimore.
Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Torres. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Gain of 11 on the play. And a Raven first down.
Now Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. Up the middle, here's Henderson. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
11 more yards. And the Baltimore first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
They go play action with Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. Here's a diving catch right side. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard gain.
Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Commanders, nothing.
That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Commanders' offense set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, Harris. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they're going to speed things up here.
A gain of 15. First down, Ravens.
Jackson now. They set up the screen for Henderson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
15 more yards. That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of 15. And
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. An even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. His throw is going to be incomplete. Second and 10.
it's second down.
Now it's Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports.
Our trip around the league starts now, and it kicks off in South Florida. The Dolphins at home to take on the Browns. And this is the Browns wideout. He's going to look this one in, and he'll take it from there. It's a
ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. Across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Trevion Henderson with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Let's start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Get it. Liking 18.
To the air goes Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's good for a Washington first down.
Hey, ready.
Motion man right is Rice. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The tackle man back at the 37-yard line.
Daniels looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficits.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Baltimore.
Hey, Alpha, what? What it is?
From the gun to give to Henderson. There he goes again. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Trevion Henderson with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. So the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he gets swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Second and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw is Daniels. It's complete on a bubble screen. That's late. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a Commanders first down.
Hey!
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
No!
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Let's go now! No!
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 3rd down and 10.
33-yard line.
Go!
Throwing now is Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Ravens offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground with Henderson. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Trevion Henderson, 65 yards. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Luke for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Alert! Alert!
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things. He's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Ravens continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Alert! Alert!
He's going to try and take off with it. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now Daniels. That one complete to Naylor. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And the Washington first down.
Off the play fake. Daniels. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Back to throw again. That one is slant to McLaurin. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Daniels, and now a fumble. The ball's out. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
That's good for a Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
29-yard line.
Here's Daniels. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Cowboy 80.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Commanders first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Commanders
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still not big. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet, and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Henderson. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one goes for 8 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the zone read, here's Henderson with it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.